Look, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't want this to go too long, but knowing me, even though I have a bunch of notes written out, I don't really know. So that's why I've skipped the intro and I'm going to go right into it at this very moment. I know that also that many months have passed since things happened, and when I first heard about it, it just has continually bugged me ever since. And so I figured, let's just get it out of the way. So, for those who may not know or just can't or has never heard of it, I guess, the Super Sentai situation, which is a tokusatsu kind of, I think it's almost exactly translated to special effects or something to that degree. Team, it's live action television that's mostly made for kids, young teenagers, but it's gotten quite the following worldwide as well. And up until a fair few years ago, I had only had 3 full seasons of the thing, including what would eventually be adapted over in the States as the first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That would be Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. But, that notwithstanding, as of this year, 2026, Toei and TV Asahi on November 2025, as a matter of fact, announced that the Super Sentai franchise would be on hiatus. A lot of people thought that it would be flat out cancelled. It has been replaced with an entirely new series called, which is I guess a rebooted former Metal Heroes series. They've brought it back, but futurized it, I guess, for modern day audiences, as opposed to when Space Sheriff Gavin first aired back in 1982, I believe, which at that time the main guy Gavin was portrayed by the late Kenji Ohba, who had recently passed away, which is why I have a whole bunch of stuff from that he did or that he had done or whatever. There's been a whole bunch of tributes. The guy was a legend in the Tokusatsu series. The whole spectrum of that whole thing. I mean, he was a stunt actor at first. And then many years later, after the fact, he was up until about 2012. He maybe even 2013. Don't quote me on this, by the way. You can easily look this stuff up yourself. But he was still doing stuff, reprising roles that he had done in Space Sheriff Gavin, Denshi Sentai Denjiman, and Battle Fever J, among many other things. He even had a bit role in Kill Bill Volume 1, I believe, along with a dear friend of his, Sonny Chiba. He's right there in the bar scene there with Uma Thurman as the bride. But anyway, back to the Super Sentai thing. Actually, before I even do that, sorry, see, this is what I'm talking about. But yes, to the family, especially his daughter and the mounds of friends that he made in his life and career, my sincere condolences. To the friends and family of Kenji Ohba. Yeah. Space Sheriff Gavin has got a great, but not only a great opening theme, but a stupendous closing theme as well, which you can hear a snippet of in that one black and white photo that I had posted of him. on my timeline on Facebook. But anyway, enough of that. Super Sentai series. The situation has gone to shit because of the final series that aired, the 49th, representing the 50th anniversary, because Go Ranger went for 2 seasons back in 1975. But number one Sentai Gozyuger, and the whole ordeal with the original actress who portrayed the Goju Unicorn, the first female Black Ranger. And this is what's been really bugging me. As of, she was alleged to have done some things, and the tabloids have been over in Japan have been on her like nothing, just constant slander and just viciousness, and the trolling on the internet, a whole bunch of stupid pricks out there in the world already. I mean, sure enough, this poor girl, who at the time hadn't even been 20 yet, was caught outside allegedly drinking underage. And so now this whole thing starts. It's going on, and she gets fired from Toei. She gets dropped from her agency. She put out an apology notice on her Instagram, I believe, and was gone without a trace. But still, she would be hounded, harassed by these fucking morons. And that royally pissed me off. Among a majority of people out there who actually have a brain in their head and compassion, and instead of just dropping her like in the trash, like some weak old garbage or whatever, they did nothing for her. And now, up until a couple of months ago, I heard that she was back on TikTok, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I'm not on the platform myself. If she was, I'd be following her. But at the end of the day, in spite of all the nonsense, the next couple episodes following I believe it was the 38th episode, it was just the Goju Unicorn in morphed form. Up until the next, 2 or 3 episodes after that. And sure enough, a wonderful actress by the name of Kohaku Shida, she was the replacement actress to play the character of Sumino Ichikawa, which is the name of the character that morphed or henshined, transformed into the Goju Unicorn. So, what I'm getting at in all of this is, all these fools that have been hounding her and harassing her. Maya Imamori, that is. That's the actress's name. The original actress's name. She's kept to herself, and in my humble opinion, for whatever it's worth, and in the unlikely event that she or anyone else out there may see this, the fact of the matter, to me, at least in my head, the way that I've calculated it over the last little while, and why it has taken me so long to finally put it out there, in spite of the fact right now I'm looking at the clock as I'm recording, and I'm nearly 10 minutes in already. I've just been jibber-jabbering like a damn fool. But the bottom line is, I believe, as do a majority of the fandom of the Super Sentai series as a whole, the majority, do not blame her for the cancellation, quote unquote, of the Super Sentai series, of Gozyuger in general, and just how they completely just washed away of it as quick as they possibly could. trying to erase this poor girl from existence. You know, with all the slander and nonsense that this poor girl had to do. I mean, had to deal with. You know, and for the record, I'm not blaming Kohaku Shida either. She's a phenomenal actress, really, really good too. Like, and to be jumping into that role too, I'm sure she was a bit, apprehensive as well. So no matter, her mindset, as good an actress as she is, I mean, still, there's always going to be that cloud, not just to her, but the entire cast as well, both villains and heroes alike, voice actors, whomever they may be. Gozyuger ended on such a bleh. I mean, that's it. I haven't seen the actual last episode, but what do you do? What can you do? What can any of these poor people do? It just really baffles me how this came to be and why it is. And I mean, yeah, sure, a whole bunch of people out there that I know will not know what the hell or who the hell I am talking about. But I have been just mulling this thing over and over again, trying to condense it, put it in a shorter form than I am right now. Nearly 12 minutes in, and I'm still not done yet with my notes. It's ridiculous. It's flat out friggin' stupid. The only people to blame for what happened with Gozyuger and the hiatus of Super Sentai, I'm sure it'll come back in some other form, like somewhere down in the not too distant future, potentially. But in terms of how it was all done, the only people to be blamed, to be pointed at and be freaking blamed for all this is Toei, the production company that did all this freaking shit, and her fucking agency, Maya's former agency, that just dropped her like a fucking bad habit. That is unfair to her. You did nothing for her, and you all should be ashamed of yourselves. I don't even know the name of the freaking company. The agency. Bunch of fucking idiots. And yet this poor girl, not even 20 years old yet, I believe. Still. I mean, if not, it'll be this year. But still. Look. Look. Here are my final thoughts. Okay, I might as well just get this out of the way. Like I've tried to over the last 6 months or so now. But this here is what I am hoping for. When this is all said and done, when the dust is settled, and everything is back to some form of normalcy for all these people, the one person, the one true factor in all of this that I am genuinely concerned for is Maya Imamori. This is what I am hoping for. And this goes directly to you, Maya. Again, I don't know if you'll ever see this, let alone if you understand what I'm saying. Hopefully you have some sort of translation going on there. I don't know. But this is to you specifically. I know that I'm probably never going to meet you. I'm just a dim-witted, scatterbrained doofus from Australia. But this is what I hope for you, is that you are amongst family or friends. You have yourself a very strong support system. And in spite of all the rumors and the harassment and the internet trolls and all the garbage that you've had to put up with in all this time, and who knows how much more time after this video finally makes public. At the end of the day, what I genuinely, truly hope for your sake, is that you, Maya Imamori, you come out of this, all of this, out the other side, stronger. That is really all I've got to say on the subject. And yes, it's taken me far too long to finally get it out there, and it has taken me a lot longer than it should have to actually say it out loud. But there was a lot to go through, even as much a task as it is for me to make an actual point and try to make it as clear and as concise as possible. Anyway, I truly wish nothing but the best for Maya Imamori. I hope she's doing well. I genuinely do. And yeah, I really don't have much else to say other than I may name this video after her. Well, at least her first name. I hope you have yourself, all of you, a good day. Until next time, it's bye for now.